A show that I couldn't read CBS, and I couldn't read the political signs that were happening at that time. And we had the show, during the taping of the show, there was huge problems with Tony Newley being able to plug his movie. And the management at CBS said you would not be able to plug his movie, mention the movie. And I said, well, other people, no, you can't. And then it became a big thing about what kind of movie it was, and it was not in good taste to plug that particular movie. And one of the reasons Tony did the show is because we could mention the movie, which is done all the time now. Yeah. But it got very tense, and it was the culmination of 3 years of the Smothers Brothers being on the air, although sometimes you can notice that there is there's some statements, some political statements. When I look at all these shows, they certainly don't give the impression that there was a struggle going on, freedom of speech kind of struggle, but it was, and it was very passionate. Reading the letter of Lyndon Johnson at the end, to me, looks very awkward now, but it was a very audacious and passionate thing that I did at that time, feeling it kind of exonerated,
or justify what
we're trying to do. But I was very impressed with the letter from Lyndon Johnson. I had written him a note, although we were enemies in the philosophical world of politics at that time with the Vietnam War going on. But I thought the letter was appropriate. Now I look, I said, I don't know if it was or not. But the thing I liked the most about the show was doing the bit called They Say. And
well, they said you couldn't plug the movie.
And they said you couldn't plug the movie. Yeah. But the they is a lot of that going on today.
And they say that if we adopt a new anti-ballistic missile system, this will assure world peace. You know, it makes you think if they really know what they're talking about. So before you do what they say, you got to know who they are.
But this was the last aired show, and the show we taped after this show was the final show, and it was never shown, which, of course, you're going to get to see here on E!
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's the Comedy Hour. That's the show. That's the series. Now, I know these are going to be shown out of sequence later on, but this is sort of like in our production series, the last show on our list. And we hope these shows and this Comedy Hour brought back some pleasant memories. And if you weren't around back then, maybe you learned a little bit about what the world was like and TV was like back in 1969.
We'll see you next time with another Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. So keep your eye on E!, the easiest network to spell.